Hey guys, before we jump into today's video, I do want to give a shout out to Ashley Stiles. We were supposed to do this video as a collaboration, but she got her palette on time and I did not get mine. So I still wanted to give a shout out to her. She did a review on this palette and she created a beautiful look with it. We both created things that were very, very different. And I like doing collaborations like this because it gives you guys as viewers a chance to see different styles, different tutorials. It can kind of inspire you. She is absolutely gorgeous. She is fantastic at makeup. Her skill level is so insane. She can blend like crazy. I absolutely love her channel. I love her reviews. And I just thought that her content would be something that you guys might jive with. I will link her channel down below. So once you are done watching this video, be sure to check hers out. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. I have in front of me, finally, I have been long awaiting this, the Jawbreaker palette as well as the Brain Freeze Skin Frost Pro palette. These are from the most recent 2019 summer launch from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I ordered these items from BEAUTYLISH. Now I think I kind of shot myself in the foot because in my Jeffree Star concealer video, I gave a shout out to BEAUTYLISH's website mentioning how quickly they get product out, that I love ordering my Jeffree Star products from BEAUTYLISH because if you spend so much money, they give you free express 2-day FedEx shipping. Over 50,000 people saw that video. I'm assuming that there was a good chunk of people who probably saw that video, head over to BEAUTYLISH and picked up some of these items. So my products were very delayed getting to me. This has never happened before. I have ordered other items from BEAUTYLISH, not Jeffree Star items, and they are usually on point, superb shipping, but this time it took them almost a week to even ship the product out to me. I was a little bit salty, got a little bit in my feelings about it because I wanted to be able to bring this review to you guys as soon as possible, so I got a little salty about that. I will still obviously order from BEAUTYLISH. This was a massive launch, maybe one of Jeffree's most successful launches to date. I do want to talk about the packaging quickly. Oh my goodness, you guys, from the unit cartons to the actual packaging themselves, these are absolutely adorable. When I was a kid, Jawbreakers were probably arguably my favorite candy. And I think it was something that my mom shared with me because when she was little, and I remember her telling me this from even a very young age, that Jawbreakers were her absolute favorite. And I have memories of when I was younger going to the Mall of America with my parents. There used to be a candy store in there. I don't think it exists anymore, but they had an entire wall filled with all types of different Jawbreakers, and they were the absolute best. They had different colors, different sizes, from very, very mini ones to the very large ones. My favorite was to get the huge Jawbreakers. I would eat them until my tongue literally got so sore that it went numb, and at that point then I would beg my mom to let me take a hammer to the Jawbreaker, put it in a plastic bag, and just wail on it until it broke so I could see what the hell was in the center of my Jawbreaker. So this is very nostalgic from me, very nostalgic for me. So nonetheless, we are going to dive into these palettes, create a look together. I have not used this palette on my eyes at all. When I did get it, I had to put my fingers in it and swatch it. I do have an idea of how these swatch. The Brain Freeze Skin Frost Pro palette. I usually don't purchase a ton of highlighting palettes, but this one, I was just like, yes. Oh my God, so much yes. The color stories inside of both of these palettes, beautiful, so inspired. This collection is extremely cohesive. From the packaging, again, to the color layout on the inside of the palette, the Jawbreaker palette itself. This just screams summer to me. This screams Jawbreaker. When you open it up, I've had a couple people comment and say, well, I don't really understand the inside of this. This is so scrambled. There's no special imprints. But you guys, the layout of this palette is what actually makes it so special. It doesn't need any of that, in my opinion. When I look at this, I instantly think of a Jawbreaker and all of the different colors just splattered all on the outside of a Jawbreaker. That's exactly what the inside of this palette looks like to me. So I get it. If that was the intention, I'm here for it. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Again, we are going to create a look together. I have primed my eyes with the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer. Of course, I can't use anything else. I wish it would restock though, because I need more. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in. Let's jump into it and let's create a look with this beautiful Jeffree Star Cosmetics Jawbreaker palette. Now, I have seen a couple of reviews on this palette, and I find a lot of the reviews that I see are a lot of cut creases. Obviously, this is someone who loves a cut crease. This is your dream because there are so many bright, fun colors in here. But I've seen a lot of like pinks and purples. I want to dive into the pastels in this palette. That is what really drew me in. So I'm going to make sure I don't have any creasing on the lids. I'm going to start off with the shade Virgin up here. I want to lay down a nice bright white base. This is a matte shade. I'm using my LMR Cosmetics, I don't know what this is, there's no number on it, some sort of fluffy blending crease brush. Despite how humid it's been, I am still struggling with eczema right here on my eye. So please excuse that dry patch if you're wondering what that is, because I don't know what's going on. I put Aquaphor on it. I've tried facial oils, hydrating. I put coconut oil on it even, which I don't like putting on my skin, but you know, it's just agitated and it doesn't want to seem to go away. A little bit of kick up with this color, but nothing too crazy. But this is a pretty damn pigmented white. Let's just go ahead and say that. How fitting that the shade name is Virgin Pure. Oh, Jeffree and his names for the shades in his palettes. They get me every time. So now I'm gonna start to build things up a little bit. I'm gonna move over to this shade right here, Good Morning. This is a very, very, very light pastel-y pink shade, sticking with that same brush. I'm just gonna kind of stick with putting this into the crease. It's not gonna show up probably a ton on my skin, but again, we're getting there. I like to build up a ton of shades into my crease. I like a lot of dimension. Plus, I want to play with as many shades as possible for you guys. Now, I do have to comment before I get too deep into this tutorial. This mirror on the inside is amazing. The quality of this mirror and the size, I am here for it. It is so good. I think what I'm going to do next is dip into this bright blue shade right here, Brain Freeze. This is my Sigma E38. This is a diffused crease. And again, dip into this shade, Brain Freeze. I have been starving for a pastel palette. I've been wanting a pastel palette so badly. There has been others, but when I would read reviews, everyone would say that it wasn't pigmented, it was just kind of chalky, blended out into nothing, didn't stand out. Look at this so far. Wow, she's bright. I have no idea where I'm going with this, you guys, so let's just trust the process here. Color is not something that I dip into that often. When I can get away with it, I kind of get proud of myself because I doubt my ability sometimes and my skill level with makeup. I don't create the most artistic looks in the world, but you know, I do try. So here's what I'm talking about. For a pastel shade that is very bright, my goodness, I'm looking a little bit like Mimi right now, Drew Carey style, but it's all right. I'm just gonna go with it. I am now going to dip into this shade right here, Cute. God, these pick up so much color. Look at that. I like dipped my brush in one time. That is insane. And even if I tap my brush, there is still so much pigmentation. I'm gonna keep that same brush and I'm just gonna go ahead and keep that a little bit tighter into the crease. I do wanna kind of tame down this blue just a bit and kind of bring it back to a more teal or green shade by building the shade Cute on top of it. It's kind of funny because I've never been the biggest fan of blue shadows, and here we are doing a very kind of ocean blue look. Now I think I even want to go a little bit more green. I'm going to pick up this shade Sour. The same brush. I'm going to show you guys this pigmentation. That's all I did. I'm just going to kind of put that again tighter into the crease. These are pretty soft, these mattes. So they do have a little bit of kick up to them. I mean, they're not ABH soft, but they are kind of soft, so just be aware of that. So far I'm really liking how these shades are kind of building on top of each other. I see a lot of dimension. What I like about it is that nothing is blending out into nothing, if that makes any sense. Nothing is blending out into nothing. Each shade is kind of holding its own, and you can kind of see like a little bit of everything. So I'm totally into that. So now that we have that down, what do I want to put on the outer corner here? I think I want to go in with the shade right here, Gumdrop. I'm going to take this brush. This is a small tapered blending brush. This is a Delium Tools 783, and we're going to pick up this purple shade Gumdrop. Again, another example of the pigmentation on the brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep that on the outer corner here. That is a really pretty purple shade. Man, I am obsessed with this purple shade so far. So as I'm doing this look, I'm debating if I want to do liner, if I just want this look to speak for itself. I can imagine a wing liner, but I wish I had a white eyeliner. That is one thing that I do not own. I feel like a white winged out liner would look so cool with this look. I'm just gonna kind of keep building that up here. If you are into pastels, this palette will be an absolute dream, a gift, because pastel dreams for me are coming true right about now. So cool. This is so cute. It definitely is cute. The shade Cute in here, cute. Love it. I'm living for it. Now I think I want to build up that gumdrop shade just a little bit. So I'm going to go in with my favorite E45 small tapered blending brush from Sigma. It's a little bit more precise, so I can kind of get a little bit more detailed and make sure that I can really build up that purple shade on the outside here on the outer V. All right, so I'm gonna take a break. I don't know what I want to quite do yet all over the lid, so I want to work on this lower lash line. I want to take this super bright shade right here. Hopefully YouTube doesn't demonetize me for this. I can't help it because it's the shade name. It's literally called Fuck right here. I usually don't swear on my channel. I can't really get away with it right now because that's the shade name. Again, picking up that color with the same E45 brush. I'll show you guys the pigmentation that we're working with here. Awesome. And I'm just gonna kind of brush that all along the lower lash line. So far, these colors are almost looking like a watercolor painting. It's really cool. Oh my gosh, have you ever gotten a brush in your eye before? Because that's what I just did. Whoops, that hurt. Professional makeup artist at your service, poking herself in the eye. I think I want to blend a little bit of gumdrop into it, so back into that purple, bright lavender shade, again with the same brush. I'm just going to keep that on the outer edge. Now, I don't know what I want to put all over the lid. I think I want to take the shade Jawbreaker. I'm going to swatch this for you guys because it's kind of like a duochrome kind of golden shade, but almost like looks bluish in a way. This is such a unique shade. I love it, and I think it would be perfect to put all over the lid. I'm not gonna do a cut crease or anything, although I feel like this look might look really awesome like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap some on with my finger. Yeah, I like that with this. That was the perfect choice. I'm gonna blend that right into that purple shade. I like that. It kind of just brightened everything up. It looks very fun. Again, bright pops of color. We are loving it. I'm also really into this gold shade right here. So again, here I am. I might be going way too far. Do I want to use the gold as like an inner corner pop of color? Do I want to use the bright pink bubblegum shade right in the inner corner? Yes, I think I just answered my question. That is exactly what we want to do. I'm going to take this Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush. This is the, what is this one? The JH38. I'm going to pick up the shade Bubblegum. Show you guys pigmentation again because I'm just so impressed with the pigmentation of this. I'm going to go ahead and start working that right in the inner corner here. Yes, love it. I think I might put a little bit of Jawbreaker on top of it just to kind of add a little bit of a sheen. Because this is so bright and fun. I'll be honest, I was a little bit nervous sitting down to play with this palette, but right now, feeling very different and artistic, and I like that I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. So with that same brush, I'm going to pick up some of this shade right here, Snack. It's like a more metallic pink shade, and that will look nice right on top of Bubblegum. And then I'm going to go back into Jawbreaker, and I'm going to use that as my brow bone highlight. You guys, that Jawbreaker shade is everything. All right, and as always, I'm gonna go ahead and line the waterline with a little bit of this nude liner from Makeup Geek. Don't think I'm gonna put any liner on the top lash line with this look because I want it, again, I like this kind of watercolor look that we have going on here. I think that the black liner or any kind of liner, unless it was white, would take away from this very blended kind of diffused fairy tale look that we have going on here. I do want to take this fluffy brush from Alamar, and I just want to make sure I have everything kind of diffused on the bottom here. I don't want too harsh of a line. There we go. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara, and I will be right back, and then we will play with the Brain Freeze highlight palette. All right, so mascara is on. Again, like I said, I decided not to go with any liner, but this is the completed eye look, and I think it is so bright, so fun. I really enjoy it. On the lips, I went in with the shade Stone Fox. This is a ColourPop Luxe Lip, and then for mascara, I used the Butter London Power Up Mascara. This is one of my favorites. If you want lashes that just really fan out, you get separation, you get volume, you get length, and something that will really fan out the lower lash line, this mascara is fantastic. I went obviously with a more bright pink nude lipstick for this look. I really wanted to continue to draw out the pastel, the bright colors of this eye look, but I didn't want to take away from it too much. But I just feel like this is kind of the perfect color. Everything looks very cohesive. All right, so let's move on to the Brain Freeze. This is the Skin Frost Pro Palette. Now, I did play with this a little bit yesterday. I wore the shade Jawbreaker. I'm obsessed. It is absolutely gorgeous. Since there's only 6 shades, let's go ahead and do some live swatches. So this is the shade Cold Shoulder. So this one's going to be very silvery, icy blue, really gorgeous. Then we have the shade Jawbreaker. This is right up my alley, a champagne gold shade. Absolute favorite. I can see myself wearing this over and over and over again. Then we have the shade Cocky. So this one's almost like a very peachy, warm gold tone. It also has like a reflect of champagne to it as well. Very wearable, very beautiful. Then to the bottom row, we have the shade Statuesque. So this one you do not need a lot. You kind of got to work it in. It's very soft. I don't want to call it crumbly, but it is very, I would say, very lightly packed. It's a little bit on the fluffy side, but again, a gorgeous color. Deeper skin tones would look delicious in this shade. Then we have the shade Frozen Fruit, more of an icy pink. Gorgeous silvery icy pink shade. And then last but not least, we have the shade Freeze Tag. And this one is a little bit more icy. You compare it to the shade Cold Shoulder up here. This one has a little bit more of an iridescence to it, where this one is just more of like a silvery icy blue. So these are all of the highlight shades. Now I do want to zoom in on Jawbreaker, this shade right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a lot of like, it's almost like it's speckled. Again, very cohesive with the Jawbreaker theme. But as you can see, there's like all these little flecks of like pink, blue, silver. It's really, really cool. So let's go ahead and get some of this on the cheeks because I don't have any highlight on and we are desperate for some highlight. So I have my Wayne Goss fan brush. This is a number 15. Of course, I have to start with the shade Jawbreaker because, again, right up my alley. These highlights are absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't tried JEFFREE's Skin Frost highlight formula, you need to try it out because what's so beautiful about it is that it just blends right into the skin. It doesn't look chunky or heavy. It melts into the skin. It doesn't look like it's sitting on top. So as you can see, you kind of get all those reflects that are in the formula. I get a little bit of silveryness, gold, almost a blue shift, but very, very subtle. It's so cool. It's like if you want like that fun highlight, but you're not like ready to kind of branch out into some of those other shades, this is perfect for that because the more toned down champagne is what comes through, the more gold. But oh, so gorgeous, so reflective, just absolutely gorgeous. I do want to go ahead and dip into, let's layer a little bit of Frozen Fruit on top, because we do have like this kind of light pinky purple pastel theme going on. So let's pick up just a little bit of that. Remember, you can always layer highlights. I'm sure a lot of us have way too many highlights in our collection. We might as well have fun and start layering them. Gorgeous. Let's do a little bit down the nose, on the chin. I like to do a little bit right above the brows. My skin is very dewy due to the humidity, so I don't need a lot of help in the highlighting department. But there you have it. Obviously, both of these palettes are a absolute A+ home run. This palette I am in love with. I cannot wait to play with more shades. This bright yellow shade Wow paired with Lemon Drop would be absolutely gorgeous together. If you are new, this might be a little bit more overwhelming. If you're new to makeup, this might be a little bit overwhelming to you because there are so many shades just kind of splattered right here. But again, remember, shadow can be beautiful in so many different forms. You don't need to pile on 9,000 different shades. You don't need to do cut creases. You don't have to be an expert at a halo. You don't have to be an expert at shadow to have fun with it. Sometimes I find some of the most beautiful looks are so simple. I've seen a lot of looks where there's just a black line around the eye and then you've got a bright pop of color right here in the corner and on the outer edge. that's it. One color all over the lid, a metallic all over the lid. There are so many ways to play with shadow. There are no rules. Just remember that. Makeup is for everyone. You do not have to be an expert to have fun with makeup. It's a form of expression. Makeup is art, and that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love it so much. My goal is always trying to bring very wearable, easy, fun looks that the average person can easily achieve while still testing a product to its fullest and bringing you, you know, a very thorough review. I feel like we got to use a ton of different shades in this palette to give us an idea of how it looks. The Brain Freeze palette, again, easy. You can layer all these. If your skin is too fair for some of these, you can use them as eyeshadows, pops of color along the brow bone. You can use them as blush toppers, more artistic looks. Makeup is as versatile as you allow it to be. Nothing is too difficult to use. Think of it that way, because whatever your skill level, you can make it work for you. And that's always kind of my mission here on my channel, is to make makeup feel wearable and attainable and doable. So I hope that the examples that I give you guys kind of give you a hint, at least inspire some creativity. You know, keep it simple. When it comes to blending colors together, I try to keep shades that I know are in the same class. So like I know that blues, purples, pinks, all of those are going to generally blend well together because they have the same undertone to them. You know, also look at the color wheel, things that are opposite. Blue and orange is going to look awesome together. Dabble into color theory. That will help you a lot too. So yeah, I hope that I kind of helped this palette seem a little bit more wearable to you if you are newer into makeup, or if you are so inspired by this but you don't really know where to start. If you want to see more tutorials with this palette, leave me a comment down below. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, you guys. Thumbs up, interaction, comments, obviously subscribing, hitting that bell button so that you get notifications. That helps me so much. I put a lot of love and time into my content, so I want my content to reach you. So that bell button is so important. Otherwise, I might get lost in the shuffle and you guys will miss out on videos just like this one. I love you guys so much. Let me know if you picked up the Jawbreaker palette, and again, let me know what other palettes you want to see tutorials on. I love creating simple but wearable looks for you guys. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye, guys.